Okay. Um, I gotta start off with always thanking God. Um, Regardless of how things looking like for me, at least take the chance to say now when I'm still able to say that. And sometimes it's hard to say that because you know that life is not going to go well with you as target individual. You are literally slowly destroyed, and life is orchestrated to be bad. It's not. You understand that you are just a test subject for governmental. Let me repeat that because this is something they always want to make you forget about. You are a test subject. Let me just repeat that. You're a test subject for the government, and they are using this very sophisticated technology that can do so much to you, and it's slowly breaking you down psychologically and physically. No matter what they try to present the storyline as, which is comical, to hear this like childlike trash try to tell you how that's not real, it's not money. You look at them as just the clowns that they are, but they're contracted to supposed to disorient you, to try to make you believe this is anything but this massive government, and somehow it's these people's money and extremely sophisticated technology. They're basically clowns for the purpose of disorienting you. But you got to remember that you're a test subject, and these governmental entities are just seeing what efficient ways they can break you down, right? You're just one of so many, and you understand that things are just orchestrated to be bad. And like I said, don't be fooled by who you see talking to you or interacting with you. It's obvious, right? These people don't even have their life stable, and they're telling you how no, we did this and that. They're like, look at you. Okay, yes, you did this because you're involved in this program led by these governmental entities. All right, you are nothing. You are nobody. You and her, you, nothings. You just work for this governmental entity, this massive governmental entity that has this technology and that is using human subject to develop this technology, these weapons. The reason why you're doing that is because you're involved in this program and you're assigned a task to do this. Now, am I going to think it's you or your money? No. I'm just going to see you as the contracted trash to do this. There are children to really make you accept these things. It's like, you think I ever let you live that fantasy? But I think these perps enjoy that. Sorry. I think these perps stay in character, really. They really want you to believe this bullshit. Uh, Unfortunately, these bottom feeders that you see talking to you about how they do this and that, they can do that because being part of this program and being employed by these governmental entities, that's what they can do. A child can do these horrible things to you. This just show the sophistication of this technology. That children, like he does, the most unimpressive individual can do that. And it's sad, but it also shows how sophisticated this technology is and how very advanced this program this government has been running um, has been worked on, and that's because they've been using a lot of test subjects, and it's gotten to this level. So, target individual, please do not give don't fall for these psyops. Whoever neighbor you're saying, whatever clown like person, whoever is interacting with you that sound like a child, or whatever action they're taking is not because it's their money. It's just because they're just working for that. That's their task. That's their job. That's their what they contracted to do. Whatever incentive they got of it is, it's not them running this, right? Now, with that being said, um, once you accept reality for what it is, be strong and understand that do not identify with any manipulation. The way they try to demonize you, to vilify you, to paint you as, to manipulate you, is part of this program. You're gonna hear the same type of insults, disturbing things, manipulations They are rewiring people's brain in the most disturbing ways. But the purpose of the rewiring, the manipulation, is for one purpose: is to break you down. Then for me, for example, the perps I'm interacting or that interact with me, I like childlike people. I'm like you, which is actually is a little bit of a blessing in my. It helps a little bit because you already see them for the clowns that they are, right? You're not influenced by the way the way they even present themselves. You will never respect them, right? And you see, you can capture when they interact with you how they have created this character, how they have like they made themselves believe they're this like fierce femme fatale, just coward low life that can do that to anybody, and it doesn't take much to do what they do. But for me, it kind of helps a little bit not fall into these bullshit stories, this nasty manipulation that make me experience. Yesterday I went to a place. Every time I'm in public, these perps of all sorts, and they all play this little fantasy game. They all try to make themselves believe something else and try to vilify you, and matter of fact, try to say things that are disgusting. Well, you know the reality. So now it's getting tough for them because they don't like to stick around for too long. They're supposed to look at you like that, and that you're supposed to be me. If anything, I get angry because at this point I've heard too many testimonies of the horrible things they do. Too much. So the person that looks at me like that, I'm like, I know what the fuck you are involved. I know the issues, the governmental entities that run this program. I know who you've been tormenting. I know who you've been pushing to lose their mind. I know the mass shooting that just happened in October that killed 18 people last year. It was a target individual who lost his mind by trash people like you, who ended up killing a child. In every front, they've been humiliated. For example, somebody comes in. He's like, you're a molester. I'm like, really? Should we talk about how you use this technology to sexually torture 3-year-old, 4-year-old? This not real testimony that I keep hearing over and over. Trash. And I'm not even. This guy just he said that and ran away. I was like, please come back. Because I'm talking about the program. Now, let's talk about why there's a bill called End National Defense Network Abuse Act. You trash us. Why do you think there's so many child porn being trafficked using the DoD network and computers? Am I making that up, or is it not like this the 2018 ranking this DoD network as 19th out of 2,900 for trafficking the most child porn? I mean, I can pull it up. You want to listen to that? So these are the protective of children. And then when you try to talk about me as a kid, I'm like, you wish I'm molested. You wish. This is why you come up with your own stories and you left-handed, this and that trash ass. While you actually literally sexually torturing babies as young as 3 years old. With this technology, what it can do to you is just horrible. It can give you pain that you don't understand. It's just remotely make you feel pain in places that they choose to. Right now, for me, it's a lot of stomach destruction. Like whatever is happening in my digestive system, they're doing that. But they've done things on my groin. They've done things on my testicles, my rectum area. They've done all of that. They do that to children as young as 3 years old. So I know who's the molesting, or the molesters, or whatever, the child molesters. And when you talk about child molester, if there's a bill called End National Defense Network Abuse Act, and the reason why they created this bill, and that's because they are trafficking so much child porn using the computer given by the DoD and the DoD network. This is a real bill. This is not. Google it. It was in, I think, July 2019 or so. I'm not sure. Around that summer of 2019, that's where they were creating this bill. And the reason why this bill was created is because the prior year, they were trafficking so much child porn that Child Protective Service that oversees these like child porn things going on, what's going on there to kind of prevent these things. They saw the DoD network being ranked, seeing them trafficking some of the most child porn. The volume of child porn that was being shared, accessed from the DoD network was so much that out of the 3,000 network they reviewed, or the 2,900 or so, the DoD network has some of the most volume of child porn being trafficked. Those are the entities in your brain using you as a test subject. So you understand that if there's child porn involved, what do you think they would do to children? Those are the people in your brain. Those are the people who are using your brain in these disturbing ways to break you down, to see how they can manipulate you in the most disturbing ways. While me, they talk about me as a child, try to exaggerate, or drug you, molest, or you wish. That's why you heard try to exaggerate things in every way possible. And then talk about, no, but remember at the club, you grabbed this person's butt, they did this, and it was like, oh, please. While they are here doing this horrible sexual torture to women. These charges and yeasting and all this nastiness, that's so horrible. You go hear the testimonies. That's why they use these retards. That they want to be like this femme fatale feminist by involving the program that literally rape women too. Like the sexual torture of this woman go through on a daily basis for the purpose of breaking them down. It's disgusting. But you have these opportunists that one day they play the feminist femme fatale, now you're paid, involved in a program that are here torturing women in these ways. But like, okay, we liberate them bullshit. Matter of fact, if anything, they're going to get more women, they're going to get more men, and going to get more children. Because this is not about just torturing people for fun of it. There's a purpose behind this. I think the government just wants to pick on women and just want to destroy them, rape them every day, do this. There's something behind this. There's a reason. Do you think they're going to spend millions and millions of dollars just to torture people? It's not about that. I understand, as disturbing as it is, you have to understand that they are developing some kind of weapon system, some kind of technology. They want to acquire as many test subjects as they can so they can develop this. When they have more funding, they'll get more people for the purpose of developing this technology. I'm one of so many all around the world that was put in this program. I at least have an idea of where they come from, how come I ended up in this. But they were going to get people regardless. Some are going to be men, some are going to be women, and some are going to be children. That's the reality. The rest is the psyop, the facade is bullshit. But to hear how they torture women, they destroy them, this low life, this coward low life dude, I love in there. So in every way, you realize this trash really wants to normalize these things. You're trash low life. I'd rather die in hell. I'd rather be starving, struggling, than flourishing doing this nastiness. This is disgusting. Death comes to all of us. Whatever enjoyment you have from now, it's going to end. Everything has its time. You have the choice to live a life where you are just a dignified life, an admirable life. Now you live like a low life, even though you are living much better condition than any target individual. That's a low life, bottom feeder life where there was this woman next to me just laughing, and you can see that it's disgusting me in the sense of, with me, when I see a black person or black, because I'm black and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not racist, but it's something that I can connect with, right? Like a black person to me, I have a different way of viewing them because it's familiar. But that woman was just talking about how I'm gonna be tortured in these horrible ways and this, and she's laughing, 10 people gonna rape you, this and that. I was like, I know it's gonna be very bad, but I know why you want to get lost in this disturbing torture I'm gonna go through. It's because I know what you guys do to children. I know who's the true threat to children. And they try to be like so angry now what you did as a kid. Really? You're in a program that literally suffocates 7-year autistic children. You're here trying to exaggerate what it is in middle school, try to even talk about it. You use left hand, dumbass. Trash. While I'm hearing a testimony of a child that's with a Down syndrome, which they try to like normalize that. Grabbing the genitals. There's so much other testimonials of babies. The harmness of the disgusting things they do to kids is horrible. And then try to make you accept this manipulation, which is so systematic that so many other people have said the same thing. And there's literally testimonies of this technology literally rewires your brain. It can take your brain and change it up and put it back in your brain for the purpose of just making you react in a designed way. They design your reaction, your emotions. Literally, I don't know the person who said that. I was saying that before I knew it was even such thing actually existing. I thought I was the only one. No. I was like, there's no way this can be happening. Oh yes, it's been happening forever. For a long time, not forever, but since the 60s, 70s, they've been working on this technology that can alter the mind. And guess what? They've been altering the mind. Yeah, they've been doing the pedophilia type of torture. This woman, Mariana, has literally said, oh, they do these things where not only they're manipulating my brain, but sometimes they can make me smell things. Once they make me smell baby powder because of babies, they make me react in this pedophilia way. You understand? Baby powder equates to something sexual, so they turn into some pedophilia type of torture. They are rewiring our brain in disgusting ways. To find out that this is one of the common tactics used that we target individuals have to experience one way or another is disgusting. But it makes sense if you want to, if you look in a scientific way, I guess, if you're trying to break down a human being and you have the ability to manipulate the brain, one of the reactions that you make them react or experience would be something that's pedophilia way. That's why it makes sense that they will force you to give sexual stimulation to children because they want to break you down. They want to disturb you. That makes sense. They will make you have thoughts in this disgusting way. As this man said, is this like offensive information, warfare information, or something like that, where they try to break you down, rewire your brain in an offensive way. And one way they do it continuously, systematically, is the pedophilia type of torture. And you will hear testimonies of people saying the exact same thing. And then you hear this perpetrator, nah, that's not real, not fair, not real, not whatever, clowns. So you gotta be strong and understand that they're gonna try to make you accept manipulations that you are manipulated to experience. They're gonna send these perps contracted to do these things, to try to disorient you and make you accept it. Like, nah, that's not fair, nah, this is saying random stuff. But this woman will look at me and just smiling and laughing, like saying all these horrible things. Like, listen, first of all, unfortunately, I was so fragile at one point that I wrote a suicide letter because I was like, I don't want to live this life. I'd rather die than. And the thing is before finding out that I was a target individual, or before finding out there's such thing as a target individual. I know I was target, like I knew something was happening, but I didn't know there was a name for it. And I felt like myself, like they are reconstructing me. They are conditioning me. So I'd rather die than become this thing that they want me to be. I'd rather die before I lose myself. Because I felt like what they're doing is like they're training my brain. Let me die before I lose who I am. And so when I hear these people tell me, no, we're going to win, we're going to this and that, never. Because listen, sorry, they're just my brain is just kind of hard because what's happening is like they try to make me think in other ways. It's really a lot of disorientation happening even mentally because of the manipulation of my brain. When you hear people saying how like this is gonna happen, this and that, like, do you understand that at one point I wrote a suicide letter? So I wasn't thinking about my future or anything. And now the reason why I didn't go through it is because I saw the testimony of so many others that gave me the strength. It's like this woman has been going through this for how many years? And I'm was thinking about ending things for myself 2-3 months after this thing start. Like this is I can't be this weak. I gotta be strong till my last breath. Do my best, and then whatever, however it ends in whatever horrible ways, do your part. Because these people will have their time. So now I not only need to stay strong, but for these bottom feeders involved in these cowardly ways, living this weak, low life way, I not only have to not be scared, I have to run to whatever horrible things. Because this trash need to understand that the day will come. It will come to them. And if they saw me, a little old me, run to something that's going to be so horrible, that moment comes for you. Remember this. Your cowardly, low life, coward, bottom feeder life. Look how easily you can break down. So this woman saying all this thing, laughing, I'm like, first of all, I know you torture children, babies, infant, 3-week-old. I know the mass shooting that just happened, killing even a 14-year-old. It's because people like you push. Yeah, I know they're not here protecting black girls, which is disgusting. Seeing black girls and try to make me accept this manipulation. Every time they see black girls, they make me have this reaction. It's not even black, it's any kid. If I see a child, man, this ad on my YouTube that continuously come up. I keep blocking it. It's just little kids that they force me to get like nasty, like 10-year-old little girls. They forcing me to give them like reaction. I try to block this ad all the time. They keep showing it. Why? Because they want me to see this ad, and then they can manipulate me to have the reaction they want me to have. It's so disgusting. I always have this ad showing up. So this is the things they do, and they make you react the way they want you to react. This is the ability of this technology. Your brain is rewired, your emotions are manipulated, your reactions are manipulated. But in fact, they say something about how they're going to manipulate this man to have rage. It's like, listen, let's go. You have rage. That fake, let's go. And they talk about this going to be so bad, like whatever horrible thing is going to go. I know that whoever's manipulating me, or let me just say, whoever is participating in this program, all are aware of what they do and how they can manipulate people in these disgusting ways. And it's gonna be a struggle for me, but that's because I'm a test subject. But I'd rather be struggling this way than flourishing the way they're flourishing. If this is flourishing to them, if this is living for them, I'd rather die in this horrible way. So I gotta be strong. And for this trash, they really want me to accept this manipulation. First of all, there's a reason why there's so many pedophiles in these agencies. There's a reason why there's a bill called End National Defense Abuse Act. If you're looking for pedophiles and child molesters, I think you know where to start from. Maybe start from a place where there's so much child porn navigating through this DoD network. Let me repeat that. Maybe start from a place where there's so much child porn being navigating through a network, with the computers given to them by these governmental entities. Maybe you start from there. You'll see a lot of things there. But the reality is they run your fucking low life, you trash us. And you are here in my brain manipulating me in these ways. Mapping. Trash. So my target individuals, stay strong. They've been humiliated by reality. I have been validated in so many ways. You've been validated. That's why testimonies are helpful. Because once you see the common tactics, once you understand this technology exists that can literally manipulate your brain in these disgusting ways, and they have a purpose to do that in these mean, disturbing ways, it's because they will try to crush you down. What happens when you see a child and you get forced to get stimulation like that? What does it do to your self-esteem? It's supposed to make you look at yourself different. But if anything, I look at myself different, like in a positive way now. I love myself almost. Because I could be like this trash, this regular person. Try to make somebody accept something that I know this technology is very much capable of doing and has been doing to so many people. It's so obvious. And listen, I'm not any superior in my intellect to hear this testimony saying they're doing the pedophilia type of torture. Oh, by the way, this called EEG cloning, EEG heroining, where they really make you, they can manipulate your brain to make you experience whatever emotions, thoughts, or physical reaction that they designed you to experience. Oh, they won't be manipulate somebody to have reaction to children. When you hear a testimony of somebody literally saying the same thing years before. Till my target video, stay strong.